today we will see another subpoint in a unit number 1, that is the epiphytes and parasites. Epiphytes, these are the plants those grow upon other parts but prepare their own food material. They do not derive any food and water from the other plants. They grow in places where there is a regular rainfall and good amount of humidity in the atmosphere. Such conditions are available in a tropical rainforest and conifer forest of the mountains. They are most common on a tree trunk, on horizontal branches, and also in a fork of trees. Such epiphytes have two types of the roots, one that is the clinging roots and second one that is the aerial roots. While we observe the picture, in that picture there are two types of the roots, first that is the clinging root and second one that is the aerial roots. Epiphytes, they fix and spread themselves over the surface of host plants by means of clinging roots in such a manner as to be well situated to absorb the water even in case of small shower. The root accumulates on debris that can hold the water like soil. The aerial roots are hanging in air. They are thick, unbranched, and whitish or green in color. These roots have a special type of many-layered water-absorbing tissue. It is called as a velamen. While we observe the anatomy of that root, in that root there is a presence of such a velamen tissue. The cells of that velamen tissues are dead and empty storage. Water from velamen is taken up by the living cells of the root. Such a velamen is followed by exodermis, which is made up of thick-walled suberized cells. These cells permits the passageway to water from velamen to the cortex. When you observe the TS of orchid roots, it shows some anatomical characters, that is the presence of velamen tissue, exodermis, and cortex. First of all, we will see the velamen tissue. Such orchid roots, they shows a multi-layered velamen tissue on the outer side. It is spongy with pores and can absorb the atmospheric moisture and CO2. They are hygroscopic. Then there is a presence of exodermis. It is present below the velamen tissue. It is a multi-layered and sclerenchymatous one. While you observe the TS, there is a presence of cortex. In that cortex, which is present below the exodermis, it is also multi-layered and contain air spaces. They absorb the dust, minerals, and organic matters from host trees. In Tillandsonia inisoidis, the roots are absent or feebly developed. Only anchorage organ to compensate the stem is repeatedly branched, which bears a small pellet scales that collects a capillary water that is absorbed by small uncutinized spots on the epidermis. Some common epiphytes that are found in India are the orchids such as Dendrobium, Vanda, Iria, and some Aridus forms. Another subpoint is the parasites. These parasites, these are the plants those grow upon the other parts and do not but prepare their own food material. They are depends upon the host plants. They are total parasites grown on a clerodendron or duranta, as well as some ones, these are the partial parasites. They are grown on roots. For example, that is the striga. They are the root parasites as well as stem parasites. The best example in a parasites, that is the Cascota. First of all, we will see the morphological adaptations. It grows with support of the stem of other plants. When you observe such a yellow threads, there is a presence of scaly leaves. Then you observe the root system. There is a special type of the roots. These are present and are produced to absorb the food from the stem of the host plant. Then we will see the anatomical adaptations in such a Cascota. When we take the TS of Cascota passing through host, in which there is a presence of host areas, and these host areas, they are penetrate inside the host stem. Such a host areas, these are reach up to the vascular tissues of the host plant. It shows there is a development of poor mechanical tissue, but in a host there is a development of well developed phloem tissue. While you observe such a Cascota TS, there is a presence of a single layered epidermis. Thank you.